Hey there, amazing creators. Welcome to the future of African storytelling. If you've ever dreamed of publishing your comic and reaching readers all over the world, then today is a lucky day because Zebra Comics is handing you the keys of our platform. So, the process is quite simple. The first thing you need to do is to head on to the Zebra Comics website, that is zebra-comics.com, and then you create an account. So I'm going to walk you through the process of creating an account. So the first step is to sign in. So let's sign in. You can either choose to sign in with Google or Apple, or you put in your email and create a password. So I'm going to go with the email and password. So now I'm going to create a password. And then I'm signing in. So there it is. I've signed in, and as you can notice, as soon as you sign in, you're going to see this shiny red button, publish, and that is the gateway into your journey of becoming a creator on Zebra Comics. So simply click on the button publish. So we're done with the first step. Now we're moving on to the second step, which consists of entering an email which you're going to use as a creator on the platform. So you can either choose to use the same email that you signed up with, or you have a separate email which you consider like your professional work email. So we're going to enter the email. So yeah. So once you enter your email, you click on send OTP, and you're going to receive a one-time password which you're going to use to verify your email. So I'm going to do that right away. So I've put in the code that I received in my email, and now I'm going to verify my email. Voila! So as soon as you go through the authentication process, after your email is verified, you're going to be directed straight into the comic creation page where you will begin creating your comics. So I will walk you through the steps and give you some tips about each section. So first we begin by putting in the portrait cover. As you can see, the instructions at the bottom. It can either be a JPEG format, JPG, or PNG format, and the file size should not be more than 1 megabyte. So you just click on the space for portrait cover, and then you input your cover. So I'm going to search for the search for the story, and then I'm going to put in the cover. So this is the story that we're going to use for this example. So we're going to choose one of the covers that we're going to use. So I take this one, and there it is. You see your cover. So we're going to do the same for the landscape cover. So quick tip: the portrait cover needs to be catchy, it needs to be shiny, it needs to be something that attracts the reader's attention at first glance. This is the very first image, or the very first thing the readers are going to see about your story. So you need to hook them right from the start. So use a very good cover image. You can always research on how to do cover images so that you have the best result. So we're going to do the same for the landscape cover. The landscape cover appears on the website, at the top of the website. So this is where that is where it's going to be seen by the reader. So you choose your landscape cover, and there it is. Same for the landscape cover. You can either have the JPEG format. There can either be a PNG file, and it should not be more than 1 megabyte too. So when you've done with the covers, you now select your language. If you want to publish this in English, you choose English. If you want to publish in French, you choose French, and so on and so forth. So we're going to publish this in English, and then you input the title. So here you type in the title of your story. So I'm going to give this is the 14th person. The 14th person. And now I'm going to input the PNG title image. So this is actually the logo of your story. So you obviously we always design a particular logo for the title. So this is where you input that logo, and it's going to be to appear on the platform in different sections. So you don't need to. That's why you don't need to put the title on the cover page. As you can see, if you notice very well, the title is not on the cover page, neither on the landscape cover. So it's going to appear on the platform when you put in your title image. So here we accept only the PNG file format. I'm going to give you another tip about the PNG title. So here you're going to notice now one thing you should take note of is that when you're creating your logo, make sure the edges of the file are as close to the title as possible. So don't leave a lot of white gaps around the title. That way your title will be large enough on the platform so that it will not be too small for the readers to see. So don't leave any white space around the title. Next, we're going to choose our audience. So as you all know, the Zebra Comics platform is divided into the kids section and the general section. So the kids section is where all the stories that are meant for children can be seen. So if you're creating a story for an audience between 0 to 12-year-old, so you choose the kids audience. The audience here will be kids, and your story is going to show only on the kids section. Whereas if you're creating a story for the general public, for everyone else from 18 to 35 or 18 above, you choose the adult audience. So your story is going to be show on for the audience that you choose. Next, after you're choosing your audience, you now select the genre. So it can either be romance, teen, drama, adventure, Afrofuturism, short stories, and more and more. So you choose the genre that your story belongs to. This is choose action for this particular story, and then you now put in the summary. Now, quick tip about the summary. It should be very catchy, it should be very enticing. As soon as someone reads the summary of a story, they should want to check it out. So take a lot of care when you're writing this section. When you're writing this section, make sure that it stands out. Don't give too much, but don't hide too much nonetheless. So make sure that you write something that will actually pique the interest of the reader and push them to want to read the first episode. So always take time, make sure you write, you edit, you read through, give maybe 1 or 2 friends to check it out to see if it's enticing enough to want to make them to want to read the story. So, and note that you can only type in 500 characters in this section. So I'm just going to write something. Okay, now with that said and done, we're almost to the through with the comic creation process. You can click on this link to check out the community guidelines. You can check the terms and conditions. You can check the revenue sharing terms in order to understand exactly how the platform works, understand how revenue is being shared on generated and shared on the platform. So all you have to do now is tick the terms and conditions, and then this other this other one is for it's in the case where your story has mature themes and situations. To have more To understand what we mean by mature themes and situations, you can check the community guidelines for more details. So this one will not have any of those anyway. So once you've gone through the entire process, once you're putting your cover, the portrait cover, the landscape cover, the language, the title logo, when you're choosing your audience, your genre, and you're putting your summary, you now click on the tick the terms and conditions, and now you can create your series. So all you have to do is click the red button, and there you have it. Your comic has been created successfully. As soon as your comic is created, you'll be directed to the page where you can now upload your first episode. So this too is a very simple process, and we're going to walk you through. So first you have to put in the thumbnail of the episode. This is the cover for every episode. So always choose an image that it could be an image that is an extract of or an excerpt of that episode. Choose maybe a very a scene where maybe the character has a particular facial expression of shock or surprise or anger or something, like something that will push the reader to want to know what's happening in that episode. So I'm going to choose one for the first episode of this story. Yes. So that will be the cover for the first episode. So your language is already there. Now, once you've created your comic, you can upload several language versions for that same story or for each episode. So I can come here after I've completed this process in English. I can come back to this first episode and then choose French and then re-upload the French version. So now you can now put in the episode title. If you don't have particular titles for all your episodes, you can just put episode 1, and here is filled automatically, and this shows you the order in which the episodes are going to come. So when you add another episode, you'll see 2 here instead of 1, so you don't need to type anything here. Now you select the files to upload. Now this is the platform only accepts compressed zip files, so make sure that after you're finished, you're done creating your episode, you put them in, you compress them into a zip file, and that is what you're going to use to upload. So I'm going to select files to upload. Okay, now once you've put the title of the episode, you can now select the files to upload. Bear in mind that the platform only takes zip files, so you need to compress the pages into a zip folder before you can upload it. So I'm going to select the first episode. So as you can see, I have my episode in a zip folder, in a compressed folder, and then I'm going to select this and upload. As you can see, those are the pages uploaded on the platform. Now all you have to do is either you can choose to upload the episode as a free episode or as a paid episode. Mind you, as a paid episode, users will have to use 5 coins to unlock the episode. That's for those who don't have a subscription. But if it's a free episode, it means they will not need to spend their coins to open the episode. So we always advise you to leave a few episodes for free, so that the users can have a chance to discover your story, get hooked, and they can continue reading. So, and you are not supposed to have free episodes in between paid episodes. So you start with free episodes and then you continue with paid episodes. Lastly, you can choose to publish your work in the episode immediately, or you can schedule for later. So if you want to schedule for later, maybe you want to do a little bit of social media campaigns, you can choose to schedule the release of your episodes so that you run your marketing campaign and it gets released at the time that you want. So you can set the date as well as the time of the day that you want your story to be uploaded. And this time is follows the time zone where you are. So once you have gone through all these processes, once you have put in the thumbnail, once you have selected the language, the episode title, selected your episodes, you can now and choosing whether it's a free or a paid episode, you can now publish. So it's that simple, it's that straightforward. So you click the big red button and you're good to go. And voila. So immediately you publish your first episode, your story will go live on the platform. So follow me, let's check it out. So all you have to do is click back to the site, and you can see my new story has been published. It's that simple. It's that simple. You can go out to the section, to the genre where you chose to publish it, and you can now see the story that we just published. And let's check out the first episode. You can see the first episode here. Let me open it. And there you have it, folks. My first episode is live on the Zebra Comics platform. So if I like and save, you can always return that to your creator portal to see all the stories that you have published, as well as all the statistics concerning your story. So in order to access that, we're going to click on our profile icon, and you can see this button, dashboard. So the dashboard will only appear for those who have published their work on the platform. So all I have to do is click on dashboard, and I'm back to the creator portal. So here I can decide to create another series and publish episodes under it. I can decide to click and add more episodes. So you can see your statistics, the one like that we had and the one view. So all I have to do now is to click on this. If I want to edit the comic, maybe I want to edit the summary, or I want to change the genre, or if I want to see the episodes, I can decide to add more episodes under this particular story. Or I can decide to edit the first episode. So that's it, folks. On the creator portal, you can see everything. You have your analytics tab, where you can see on the home the summary of all the comics that you have published on the platform. You can decide to see stats on individual stories that you have published. So this is the 14th Apostle that we published. You have 1 episode so far, 0 views, 0 reads, and all that, 1 like. So you can see in real time all the statistics related to your story. Also, you can see all the stories that you have published, all these series or stories that you have published on the platform. You can decide to create more. There is no limit. You can create as many stories, or you can publish as many stories as possible on the platform. And you can see your monetization stats. This is an overview. The overview will show you all the statistics that you have accrued so far on the platform for a given period. So the page reach is the metric that is used to calculate your revenue, and this is where you can consult the page reach. This is where you can consult revenue that stems from the coins, and you can see for every story that you publish, you can see the total number of coins that have been spent on the story, the number of page reads for this month and for last month. And you can check out your balance here to see how much you're generating. You can see the withdrawal period. As soon as you reach the threshold for withdrawal, you will have the withdrawal button is going to appear, and you can request for your payments. So it's that simple, folks. You can now head on to the Zebra Comics app website and begin your journey as a creator on Zebra Comics. But let me give you a pro tip. Quality is key. The better your content, the more readers will engage. And don't just sit back. Market your comic. Share it on social media, tell your fans, and grow your audience. Zebra Comics will also do its part, but the more you push, the bigger your success.